Okay, so why are you guys going to Tahiti? Well, Nina has had this dream. A dream she used to tell me about ever since we first met. A dream of being able to swim in the ocean with one of the largest animals on Earth, the humpback whale. And since we're 2 years into marriage, I figured that it was time to make this dream a reality.
Welcome back. If you're new here, we're Jay and Nina. We work seasonal jobs during the summer and winter and spend our off seasons traveling the world. We'll be spending the next 2 weeks in French Polynesia, with the first week spent here in Moorea, entirely focused on fulfilling my childhood dream of swimming with humpback whales.
If this kind of adventure sounds interesting to you guys, stick around for the ride and make sure to subscribe for more content just like this. And just in case you guys are curious about what we did when we weren't in the water swimming with whales, we're gonna go ahead and link our Moorea vlog video right up here in the corner and down in the description. Like everybody else, we've all seen those incredible shots of people swimming with whales. But how realistic is this for your average people to actually get to experience this? This week, Nina and I are gonna tell you guys the truth about swimming with whales in French Polynesia.
Let's start with the big picture. There are only 2 places in the world where you're actually allowed to get in the water and swim with humpback whales. One is here in French Polynesia, and the second is Tonga.
Considering how short whale season actually is and how remote these 2 different locations are, actually being able to see and swim with whales can be very challenging. While this may sound discouraging, there is one guarantee that Nina and I can give you, that you will never be able to swim with whales by staying on the shore.
Humpback whales can be seen around many of the islands of French Polynesia, but Moorea is by far the best and easiest to access. The whale season lasts about 3 months from August to October. In these months, the whales migrate up from Antarctica to rest and give birth to their calves here in the waters of French Polynesia. We're here in Moorea during the first week of October, and it's peak whale season. So now it's time to get in the water and actually try to swim with them. In order to legally swim with the whales, you need to go with a certified guide. This gives you 2 options. You can book a group tour or a private tour. And as you might have guessed, both of these options can be quite expensive. We chose to go with a half-day group tour so we could get out on the water during multiple days in different weather conditions. There were for sure some pros and cons of being on this half-day group tour. The first was the shorter time frame. The shorter time frame was actually really nice for our physical stamina because getting in and out of the water to find and swim with these whales can be really exhausting. But along with that, the shorter time frame also meant we had less time to find the whales and allow the whales to get comfortable with us. More people meant more variables and things that can scare the whales away. We'll include a link in the description to a great whale tour.
Our whale experience started with us getting suited up in wetsuits, outfitted with fins, snorkels, and masks. We decided to bring a dry bag to pack all of our camera equipment in order to keep it protected from getting wet. After an in-depth information briefing, we drove out of the lagoon and into the open water. It only took minutes for us to start seeing blows off in the distance. As if we weren't already excited enough, now we definitely were. They told us to suit up and everyone started scrambling to get their fins, goggles, and masks on. And before we knew it, we were already in the water swimming as fast as we could to get to one of the whales. Since boats aren't allowed to get within 100 meters of the whales, every time we hop in the water is gonna involve some swimming. But after swimming for a while, we didn't find anything, so we had to get back on the boat.
What happened?
We're training. The whales are just fast. Too quick for us. Let's go on to the next whales or chase these ones down some more.
This is when we got our whale etiquette speech. Our guides re-emphasized the importance of a few different points. In order to have a good whale encounter, it's important to silently enter the water. Loud noises such as jumping in give the whales just one more reason to swim off. And once you're in the water, it's important to make as little noise as possible. Kicking your fins as fast as you can on the surface brings a lot of bubbles and creates a lot of noise that the whales don't like. And lastly, it's important not to chase the whale. Let the whale warm up and come to you.
This next time getting in the water, we did it with precision, and the results were evident. I was completely speechless as it seemed like the whale came out of absolutely nowhere and swam so close up next to me, lifting its tail out of the water just so I could see it. It was quick, but still amazing. The rest of the tour was filled with lots of trips jumping in and out of the boat. It was exciting and promising that we were seeing so much action from the whales on the surface. But at times it was discouraging getting in the water and swimming to where we thought the whale was, only to see nothing or see a really distant, faraway whale.
No, come back, buddy.
On the way back to shore, we celebrated with some fresh coconut, which became my new favorite snack, some punch, and water. 2 days later, we came back for our second whale swim. We discovered just how fortunate we were on our first swim to only have 5 people in our tour. This time, we had 10. Previously, we had gone in the afternoon, and so this time we wanted to try going out in the morning.
It's an early morning here. It's cool to see the lagoon. The water is completely flat. There's no wind. Nobody's on the beach. It's just us.
Compared to our first tour, it took a while for us to initially spot the whales this time. We drove around and sat on the surface for a while before seeing any signs of whale activity. Due to our larger group size, we needed to be more calculated and precise when we dropped in the water, as it would take way more time for us to swim out to the whale and eventually get back in the boat. On our very first drop, we briefly saw a mother and calf before they swam away. After hopping back in the boat and following them, we wanted to give it one more try. When they swam away again, we decided to leave them alone and continue our search for other whales that wanted to interact.
The next whale we found got the guides really excited.
I think we just found a sleeping whale. We're gonna try and sneak up on it. We haven't had good luck so far. We've had 2 pretty disappointing swims, but maybe this is the one.
This one was a juvenile that they had said had been the best this entire whale watching season.
Not afraid of humans, is willing to swim with you if you don't scare them away.
We had one seemingly endless whale swim as a whale stayed just out of reach and as we tirelessly tried to keep up.
But the next drop was different. This time, instead of swimming after her, we decided to let her come to us. Completely unthreatened, she rolled over and just drifted on by. What a way to go out. And just as before, we celebrated on the boat ride back with some coconut and punch.
To be honest, we were really hopeful we could have a really intimate whale encounter in just 2 half-day sessions on the water, but that just wasn't realistic. We were reminded just how wild wildlife is and how much time, commitment, and money it takes to pour into having an amazing, intimate encounter. Our guide shared that it was pretty rare to have a whale that was truly curious about humans. Most just pass by and continue on. Full day tour allows the whales to get comfortable in the water with you and even get curious and swim up to you. That it's far more likely to have a whale swim up to you during a full day tour than it is in a half day.
So to put it clearly, here's the truth about swimming with whales in French Polynesia. Number 1, seeing whales is never guaranteed. Number 2, encounters happen really fast, only giving you a few moments before the whale swims away. Number 3, it's hard work. Hopping in and out of the water, tirelessly swimming after the whale is very difficult. I consider myself to be in decent shape, and I was absolutely gassed by the end of the tour. Number 4, if you have the ability to book all-day private tours, we highly recommend that you do so. This will drastically increase your chances of having an epic whale encounter.
We just want to help set accurate expectations when going into one of these whale swims. As we heard about other people's encounters with the whales on the island and saw pictures and videos on social media, it was tempting to compare our own experience to theirs.
It is so important to remember that no matter how many whales you saw, how close they got, the videos you took, and how long they swam with you, just to be grateful for the amazing whale experience that you got to have. We have so much appreciation for both the whales and the guides that help facilitate these once-in-a-lifetime experiences. If you enjoy watching this video or found it valuable in any way, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel. Now that we are finished up with the adventure portion of our trip in Moray, it is time to enter vacation mode as we travel to Bora Bora. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you next time.